And there we go. Great. So tell me a little bit about yourself and how your career got started.
Cool. Well, yeah. My name's Chris Anthony. I'm from Virginia, and my career got started in around late 2019 when I dropped my first single, "Alone," which I was able to work on with Warren Russell, who's notably the guitar player for Christian French. So it's pretty cool to work with him on that track. And then I recently, just a couple weeks ago, dropped a "Getaway," which was my second single, and I did that with my friend Bardo, who's part of a band called Beauty School Dropout. And yeah, it's been really cool. It's been fun. I've enjoyed everything so far.
Nice. So what got you into music initially?
I mean, a lot of things, but I'd say one of the biggest factors is probably my father, actually, because he was in bands and stuff when I was growing up, and there's always, I guess, in my household, music going around or just being played around the house. So I was always able to sneak in, when he was playing his music and sing along, and that kind of encouraged me to just, take music further. So yeah.
It's good. And how would you describe your sound?
I describe it as sort of like a indie pop alternative sound. Obviously pop with just the style, the four by four, but it's very poppy. But indie because I'm trying to add in just other elements that you wouldn't hear as much in other just mainstream pop music. So I'm trying to just take that initial sound from pop and just give it a little spin, give it a little twist to make it a little more my sound.
Very good. And who are some people you want to collaborate with?
Collaborate with. Well, obviously Christian French, that would be awesome. If I could, oh, sorry, one sec. Also Charlie Puth too, because he's insanely talented at music. He has a really good ear. And I don't know, he would be someone that I'd be down to work with.
It's amazing. And where can people find your music?
They could find it on Spotify. If you just search up Chris Anthony, you should find it. Same thing for Apple Music. I think SoundCloud as well. Also TikTok. That's something new that I just got into recently. People have been sending me a whole bunch of like videos of them using my sound. That's pretty cool. And then over on Instagram as well at Real Chris Anthony. So yeah.
And what would you say was the biggest challenge about being in the music business?
Definitely the expectations that like people have for you is because I don't know, especially nowadays, people put, big emphasis on like, oh, this song has this many streams, you have so many followers. And I think it's important to just obviously be humble with like the fan base you have and all that, but just kind of focus more on why you're doing it, less than like, oh, I'm doing it to like, get followers or whatever. I just think it's more important to just, practice on the craft. And just know that it's okay that if you release something, um, it's not where you want it, but you could improve and grow from that. So just know that there's always room for improvement and you don't have to, try to meet these industry standards that are set pretty high nowadays.
And what would you say was the most rewarding part about being in a business?
Most rewarding part. I mean, probably just doing what I love because I've loved music since like when I was like 3 years old. So it's been really, really rewarding to continue doing this. And then continue to like work with really talented and amazing people. It blows my mind some of the people I've worked with how good they are at their craft. So it's definitely been rewarding to just learn from others because like just by working with these people, my I don't know, my IQ of music has gone up a little bit. So it's been pretty awesome.
It's great. And did you teach? You said you worked with your father a little bit. Did you teach yourself the music, or did you take lessons? A little bit of both.
Yeah. So actually everything. So I'm able to play three instruments if you exclude singing. I could play the piano, the guitar, I guess the ukulele, and the viola. I was classically trained in the viola, which I actually haven't played in a few years now. But the piano and guitar and ukulele are all things I kind of just picked up and started playing. So when I start most of my stuff, it starts off on like the piano or guitar as a sad little ballad. But I've been able to kind of translate what I was able to just teach myself into the production of my music, and it's been pretty awesome.
Very good. And do you have any other music coming out these days, or?
As of right now, nothing announced, but I am in the works, obviously, with this whole quarantine stuff going on. I'm working on a couple new things. Might potentially be working with some people I'm pretty excited. I'm not going to announce what it is yet, but I am in the works of doing a couple more things. But as of right now, I'm still kind of putting my focus and energy into a getaway.
Very good. And tell me a fun fact about yourself that might surprise your fans.
Fun fact, I really enjoy thrift shopping actually a lot. I haven't done it much recently, obviously, but I like to go just inside thrift stores, and whether it's clothing or just random stuff, and just try to see what cool things you could find, because I mean, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So I like to just, style myself with like thrift store stuff. And I don't know, I just think it's really fun. It's kind of niche, and you can find a lot of just cheap hidden things there that, maybe would cost you a lot of money somewhere else. And I don't know, it's pretty, I mean, you find pretty unique stuff there. So I just find it interesting and fascinating.
Do you follow that group on Facebook, Weird Secondhand Finds That Need to Be Shared?
I don't follow them, but one of my buddies have actually showed me that page before, and I've seen some of their stuff. It's pretty cool. I follow a couple pages on a Instagram that are just like thrift finds, and there's like the big stores, which are like Goodwill and all that, and then there's people, kids that just have like, these are like my vintage shirts, or these are like my vintage shoes. And they have like little shops, and you can just go in and like book appointments and just take a look, and just, it's very like person to person. It's like, hey, you're selling this for $100, we take it for 75, or like, hey, I'll give you a shout out, or it's very like negotiable. And I don't know, I just find it pretty cool, because not many other businesses or ways of buying things are set up in a way like that. And plus, I'd rather give money to like, someone that's having a small business, than just give it away to like a store where it's like, people in China are making that clothes for like 10 cents a pop. And I don't know, I just find it really interesting, whether it's like thrifting at big stores or just buying stuff off people. It's just cool. Obviously, make sure you got to wash it. You can't wear people's dirty clothes. That's disgusting.
That's true. That's true. And since we're also a TV site, what are you watching on TV these days?
What I'm watching, I've been watching Outer Banks on Netflix a little bit, and I went back. I actually got Disney Plus as well. I've been watching a lot of like the older Disney stuff. I'm a big Disney guy. What else have I been watching? Not much, actually. Just a lot of like old movies. I'm into older movies.
Nice. What's your favorite thing on Disney Plus?
Disney Plus. Sound of Music. That's a classic. I've watched that a
Love it.
couple times. Love it. Yeah. And then I've been watching a lot of like the Star Wars stuff, like like the Mandalorian is pretty awesome. Star Wars: The Clone Wars is pretty cool. Oh, and actually on Netflix, they just put Clueless up, which was one of my favorite movies growing up. Alicia Silverstone, classic.
Watched it
Um,
last night.
yeah, it's such an awesome movie. So I've already watched that like 5 or 6 times. Still does not get old. Holds up to this day. Love 2000s culture. I'm here for it, because that's what I grew up with. So it's pretty awesome.
Nice. And you know what's weird though? Now she's playing the mom on that new Babysitters Club series. And I'm
Yeah,
like, I feel really old. I'm like, I'm 36, and I'm like, I feel so old
yeah.
now that she's playing a mom.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's crazy. I saw what's it called? Yeah, no, it's just wild, because I remember watching the old Babysitters Club stuff like from the 90s.
Yes, yes. And now they're making
Yeah,
a new one that comes out
yeah,
Wednesday, I believe. No,
yeah.
Friday. That comes out Friday. And yeah.
Yeah, same thing with what was it? It was the Little Rascals. Obviously, it was like the 40s or 50s, I think it was originally from, and then they redid it in the 90s. Love, oh, that movie's a good one too. And then I think they made like a new Netflix series with it too.
Yeah, yeah. I forget what it's
Yeah.
called, but something similar
Everything's
to it.
everything's getting remade and rebooted, and I don't know. I mean, it's cool. I mean, we're all at home, so I might as well just watch some new stuff.
Exactly. And one more time, tell us what your screen name is so we can follow you.
Yeah, so I'm Chris Anthony on Spotify, on Instagram at Real Chris Anthony. Same with Facebook and Apple Music. I mean, if you just search up Chris Anthony, you should be able to find me. So yeah,
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for taking the time today, and good luck
awesome,
with everything. I'm proud of you.
cool. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Talk soon.
All right, see you.
Bye.